everybody, and welcome back, but also for the first time, to Beyond Wishes and Wilds, a homebrew adventure that is a follow-up to our Wild Beyond the Witchlight show. I am your whimsical dungeon master, Victoria, and we're gonna play some D&D tonight. But before we do that, we're gonna have an intro, and we're gonna do a little bit of a recap. So, Kristy, if you could be so kind as to roll the clip, please.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. Let's get into our pre-game announcements. Proficiency Bonus has a community Discord with public channels. Please come check us out and hang out with us. We're always welcoming new GMs, players, and other friends to our fan family. All experience levels are welcome, from veteran gamers to total newbies. And we are a safe place for POC and LGBTQIA+ nerds and gamers, so come geek out with us. And you'll be the first to know when we are posting castings for new games. Big thanks to Suncraft for providing our games with music each week. The Suncraft bot plays music and soundscapes in your Discord call, and its interactive buttons allow you to control the audio with ease. We love Suncraft here. He really pops off sometimes, so go check it out for free now.
Please check out our other games. We stream almost every day here at Probo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as homebrew games, and some of our games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Come watch all of our VODs over on our YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month. Also, big thanks to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. Thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting Proficiency Bonus. And now, back to the show.
We're back. Thank you very much, Kristy, for your amazing highlight announcement reel thing. And with that, we'll get into a little bit of a recap. We will have our resident recapper, Inc., very soon, but in the meantime, we're gonna work together and recap. There's not a whole lot, really, to recap from last time, but we're gonna do it as a group. So, anyone want to kick us off? We did skip last week, so it might not be fresh. So we started wrapping up and saying goodbye to Saoirse's father, the West Wind, who had stopped by to visit at the Palace of Heart's Desire, who was quickly followed up by Saoirse's BFF, Cupid, aka Love, who was there to chat with you guys a little bit. And then I believe after that, there was a, training, event.
Ego went out to go fight and train with, their mentor.
Razel.
And they only barely lost. They did a really good job, to be honest. They did a really good job. They were gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Clover was busted by Zybilna.
Yeah, Zybilna did surely pick up on you guys cheating a little bit. Just, it wasn't like mean cheating, it was like helpful cheating, so...
It's helpful cheating, and she didn't stop it, she just I saw you.
She was
You're not being sneaky.
Yeah. So then I believe after some conversations with Love, and also I believe Dawn went to the inn at the end of the road to wrap things up there with some NPCs.
And I picked up a new magic item because he got hurt and then realized he probably, if he's gonna keep getting hurt, he wants to be a little bit hardier.
Yeah. And then, there was also an awakening.
There was a awakening!
Yes. technically bending the rules of the spell a little bit because Juniper's not like a beast, but also owlbears like should be beasts in my mind. So the party's adopted owlbear Juniper has been awoken and is now more intelligent than at least 2 of the party members. So yeah, so she's there. And then I believe with that, you guys set off to the material plane.
Before we talk about how, yes, like this is we're starting the new campaign of us returning to the material plane. Can we get just a TDLDR for any new viewers that are watching for an episode 1 moment for Wild Beyond the Witchlight? Obviously, there could be spoilers going forward because this is a direct continuation of Wild Beyond the Witchlight module. We have completed it finally after 3 years.
Took us a long time. That's my fault, guys.
No. It was a lot of fun.
It really is our fault. I think we did a lot of talking.
We did a lot.
I didn't realize how early on we actually joined into this campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as the module proper goes, Aurum joined pretty early. Saoirse was right at that halfway point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I guess what you mean, the whistle stop tour of the events of the previous.
How did we get to this point without expandulating? You know what I mean? Just kind of just some bullet points that going forward might be important to know.
Yeah. Also, hello, St. Andrew 69. It's good to see you as always. Thank you for being here. And also Solid 10 D&D. Welcome. Yeah, so once upon a time, there was a group of ragtag individuals from a variety of places, mostly Amphale, but also perhaps a Leonin of the Shining Plains, and a princess of the Spring Court. Now, before those 2 joined, it was a group of 4 who were attending for the second time in their life the Witchlight Carnival, a magical fae carnival that traverses the various material planes and visits each of them once every 8 years. And we've got Dawn, Ego, Dove, who is no longer with the party, and Clover all found themselves returning to the Witchlight Carnival after having visited it as children without tickets, which resulted in them losing small parts of themselves that were very integral and played out in different ways. And from there they learned that there was a little bit of crazy, kooky things happening in the Feywild, specifically with Zybilna of Prismere, an archfey who was known to be associated with this carnival. Her 3 hag sisters of the Hourglass Coven, Bavlorna Blightstraw, Scabatha Nightshade, and Endlin Moongrave, had sabotaged her and trapped her in time, and it effectively fell onto the party to resolve that. They were transported to the Feywild, had adventures in the various 3 segments of Prismere that the hags had carved up, made some friends, a couple of enemies, mostly friends along the way, traversing the swamps and the forests and the mountains of Prismere, before finally having their epic encounter with the Hourglass Coven at Motherhorn, the castle in the peaks of Yon, where they fought the Jub Bird.
We had a bit of a war.
They also started a war. They united all the various Fey individuals and cultures that lived in Hither, Thither, and Yon, and waged war on the hags successfully and won. And then took to the Palace of Heart's Desire, the home of Zybilna, to try and save her from where she had been frozen in time by the nefarious hags. They also had to fight the Jabberwock, and they made friends with Valor's Call, another group of adventurers who are committed to stopping evildoers, who were there because they were trying to stop the League of Malevolence, who had been working with the hags. Combat happened, people died a couple times throughout the campaign, but we got them back! And eventually, Zybilna was freed from where she was trapped in time, and all was made right in Prismere. The pieces of Prismere, Hither, Thither, and Yon that had been torn asunder like from each other, were made whole again, and the land began to restore itself now that the Archfey, whose domain this was back in her seat of power. And from there, the party asked for they were given a wish each to be granted by Zybilna, who is a wish bearer, and typically considered this like fairy godmother type individual. Kind of like running the gamut of a lot of different types of wishes. You know, some people might have lost their original class because of big magic going wrong, and some people's goals and decisions have changed a lot along the way. But the party is back on the material plane for the time being to catch up with family, just kind of like see what's going on, get a better understanding of like how much time has passed, and prepare themselves ahead of a festival that is being held in the summer court known as Estivali, which is basically the celebration of Titania, the queen of the summer court, and is like the pinnacle of her power, basically the time where the most material planes, or like the majority of material planes, are all experiencing summer or at like the peak of summer. You can think of it like a planar syzygy, because it's like all aligned in summer. So yeah, right now the party is going back to the material plane, or for some people who Lost Dove, Danica's not able to play with us anymore, but we love her. But we did pick up a Leonin man who's looking for his lost thing, and a prince. I should have added this in like 5 minutes ago. Sorry.
No, this is great.
I wasn't prepared to do this.
I was gonna say you're doing an amazing job.
And also picked up a princess of the Spring Court, who, though she did not have something stolen from her by the hags, she does have her future in a way stolen from her because her parents got her cursed by Titania. You know, sometimes you just have to bear the sins of your parents and figure that out. So yeah,
fine, I've got everything under control.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's totally good. Yeah, so you know, we're looking for our missing warlock patron. Oh, Jamie.
We're looking for our Jamie.
Yeah, so you know, we're looking for warlock patrons. We're looking for Jamie's camera feed. We are looking for our missing moms who have been forcibly reincarnating us to prevent us from destroying all of reality. We're looking for our true loves.
We're looking for our purpose in life after being reunited.
We're looking for our purpose in life. Yeah, after being reunited with our inner child. And potentially trying to figure out what the fuck it means to be chosen as, like, the heir of an archfey. Looking for a way to maybe reestablish the Uncourt, which may or may not be a court that was completely wiped out of existence and memory by Titania. So the TLDR is fuck Titania. But also, like, she's kind of okay.
She's kind of okay, like, yeah. She's got a lot on her plate.
She's being cunt.
Yeah, so...
Victoria, thank you for doing that for me. That was so impromptu, and that was so well done. Thank you, that was perfect.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, so you guys were put into a big old wooden swan boat, and a tunnel of love to the material plane was created for you all by Cupid. And the tunnel of love then concludes with you. Oh my god, it's upside down.
Oh my god.
The tunnel of love then concluded with you guys suddenly landing in some grass. So you guys are literally like sitting in a giant swan boat, like in a field.
Oh, and Aurum had briefly forgotten. Yeah, he had briefly forgotten everything in the transporting from Feywild to material plane, and I had to dispel magic to bring him back because he just took the displacer cub and ran.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys do have a baby with you. The baby displacer. Oh, it's gone again.
Amy's camera is still in the Feywild.
Yeah, that's what we've established. Yeah, the connection's shoddy. Oh my god! Yo, you good?
Oh!
Struggling.
Screaming and crying.
The best part is it's not like fully disconnecting. You're still like kind of here, even when you're gone.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Richter.
He's flipping.
He's flipping.
Throw that thing down, flip it, and reverse it, Jamie. Yeah. So, after some wild and wacky adventures across Prismere in the Feywild, the party is back on the very mundane, relatively, material plane. Aurum has been recovered, as well as the baby displacer beast. And yeah, you guys are like literally just in a field. You can see Anfail in the distance. It's like, you know, probably like a 10-minute walk away. You're like on like a little hill. What would you like to do?
I remember.
Stuffed his cotton.
Oh,
Should we go over our character levels
Oh yeah, good
Okay.
point.
and what we are?
Sure. Yeah.
Honestly,
do you wanna
not a bad
restart
idea.
your PC while the rest of the party does that?
No.
Yes.
Hey guys,
That's
just so
fine.
you know, if this is your first time here in a proficiency bonus stream, it's not a Probo stream without technical
difficulties.
And my cat attacking my face. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, and Iris
cats.
getting
No.
murdered.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Inkstone.
Oh, perfect.
Oh my god, perfect timing.
See, that's also why I wanted you to recap to like stall.
I kind of had the feeling that that's what was happening.
But also
Yeah.
episode 1, technically.
Technically. Yeah,
Technically.
so let's see. Cats attacking it really is, especially on Thursdays. It's yeah. So let's
If my
start.
camera goes wild, it's not technical difficulties, it's the cat.
Okay. Well, hey, Kristy, do you want to kick us off with your character,
Sure.
quick character summary and your
Oh, boy.
levels and things?
Yeah, so Clover, was originally a halfling, turned fairy as she traded her face, broke herself and her magic by doing big magic, and lost her patron pact, her warlock pact, and then lost her fairy magic. So now she's technically a halfling again, but she's still got cat ears and a cat tail. Her fairy wings
She's
are
like a
gone.
funky halfling.
She's a funky halfling girl with pink hair. And now she's a sorcerer instead of a warlock. Like, full sorcerer, wild magic.
Yeah.
Level 9? Are we level 9?
Yes. Yes, you guys should be level 9 because you finished
So-
the magic.
Technically, mechanically, Ghostwise, halfling, sorcerer, level 9, wild magic is what we're dealing with currently. She was, and may still be, a warlock in the future, but that's gone for the moment.
I like that Jamie is just frozen.
I know.
Oh,
there he goes.
There you go.
I banished him. I banished him with my magic. Okay,
Oh, boy.
you know who's still in place is Graf. Graf, why don't you give us a little summary of Dawn and Dawn's character levels?
Yeah, so Don started the campaign as the biggest wet blanket known to man.
He was a guy.
His full name is Adonis Revelry, but he just wants to be called Don because it sounds normal. He had straight black hair and was a satyr, but with no horns because he filed them down. But over the course of the campaign, he got back what he lost, which was his like whimsy, his like, you know, the part of being a fae that makes you like love adventure and like going out. His inner child, who was being tortured by a hag for like really long time, and that was kind of awkward. When he got that back, though, he was able to not fully reconcile with it. He's kind of going back and forth, but he is no longer dyeing his hair or filing down his horn, so he has little nubs, and his hair is all bright red, essentially, and curly, and he knows how to smile now, even though he's still probably the most responsible member of the party, sans Clover. And at the moment, he is a 9th level paladin, Oath of the Ancients, and right now he is running back to town because it's been a really, really long time since he has seen his family, and he needs to know that they're broke and destitute and not able to pay their mortgage.
Yeah.
Oh, I should add, because if we're talking about missing things, Clover lost her luck as a halfling. So for all of the campaign, basically, she couldn't roll a natural 20.
Yeah, she had halfling bad luck, you guys.
She had halfling bad luck. It was great. Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out.
And she definitely is the reason that her mom got killed.
Yeah.
Because she had bad
Facts.
luck.
Yeah.
Also, she likes to kill people.
She does brutally
She won't
murder.
admit it.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see. Who wants to go next? Iris, Jamie? I don't know.
While I'm still while he's currently distracted.
Yeah. Yes.
That's Ricky. He's a demon in cat pajamas. Saoirse is a level 9 druid, Circle of Shepherd. She is an archfey, colored as a ladrin because she's not quite come into her full power yet. She's pale, petal pink hair and spring green eyes and skin, and just sunshine and rainbows all the time, and super happy and never upset about anything except when she moves into her other forms. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, she was also cursed to fall asleep eternally unless she gets awakened by her true love. So currently she's looking for her true love, not for any romantic reasons necessarily, but because she would rather not die and fall asleep for eternity.
Purely business transaction.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty on business.
She's also very explicitly just told Cupid that like she would like it to also be love and romantic, ideally.
Yeah.
But if we gotta make it business, we gotta make it business.
Yeah, alrighty, let's Jamie, while your camera's still functioning, let's go.
Yeah, what's up? I'm the resident lion. Aurum. I am level 7 ranger. Yes, level 7 ranger.
Plus 2 is 9.
Of the whatever the Feywild one is. This is going great. I was so prepared.
You had all that time to look at your character sheet.
I was finding my camera.
You had all that time.
Of the Fey Wanderer variety.
There you go.
And then also 2 levels of Barbarian.
Hey.
Yeah.
My last thing was
sense of direction.
Direction, because I was
literally and figuratively.
I wanted to become a better leader, but I didn't really know how. We got that back, and now I completely don't want to go back to my tribe. I want to rebuild the Uncourt and kill the Wild Hunt.
Bro has a whole husband, by the way.
Yeah, bro's fully married, doesn't want to go back to him.
I have a family. I have people I care about. But that's a later meet from.
Oh, people that I used to care about.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Cool. And then last but certainly not least is our resident recapper who didn't recap this time, but that's okay. Ink, why don't you give us a quick character summary of Ego and like their class level type shit?
Sure, yeah. So I am playing Ego, full name Ephraim Ego Adelbrand, though they would never give you all 3. I am a fully leveled into wizard blade singer, though Ego would call themselves a witch, as they are, since as long as they can remember, and as it turns out much longer than that, a child of a hag who is hoping to one day be able to transform into a hag themselves. Having lost their ability to smile when they were going to the Witchlight Carnival, though in their journey they have learned that they have actually lost much, much more, as they have actually been living and dying and living again many, many lives ever since long, long ago when they promised their heart to someone else, and they have not been able to get that heart back ever since due to a very, very old pact that now Ego is hoping to be able to break. They do not know what will happen if they do not succeed in doing this. They have been told that they would turn into a being of utter despair and destroy the multiverse, but also that was told to them by someone that really likes to emotionally manipulate them, so we're not entirely sure how true that is.
Yeah. You know, everything will be fine. It's all fine.
It's all fine.
And that's the party, guys. And we're in a field on the outskirts of Amphail, sitting in a swan boat in the dirt. Or I guess no longer sitting in the swan boat because we had to get Aurum. What would you all like to do?
Start heading to town.
I think I want to go to the Witchlight Carnival.
Oh God.
The Witchlight Carnival? It's not here.
No. It's all good.
Why does it feel so bad here? Everything is like so quiet.
Yep.
Some might even say peaceful.
Some might.
Definitely not as vivid as the Feywild.
I feel like my head's stuffed with cotton.
It looks delightfully more dreary than I remember, I will give you that. Summer is normally more colorful. Yeah. I like it.
It's kind of disappointing.
A little bit. A little weird.
I think it's nice. It's sort of like fall, but
Summer?
not so bleeding to the eyes. Yes. It's like fall, summer, winter.
Oh.
Anything but spring. Sorry.
It's definitely not spring.
I guess
Going
we make our
home.
way. Yeah.
For some of us.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys can set off towards the village, and Love, who is still with you, is going to do a little twirl and casts disguise self on himself so that he just looks like a guy, like a very handsome, human man, with he's probably got
appearance.
Yeah, he's probably got kind of shaggy, but still perfectly unkempt golden blonde hair, perfect physique. He's tall, he's tanned, he's got nice clothes, but he's keeping it simple. Still very handsome in a classic Ken doll kind of a way, almost too it's borderline uncanny valley. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, so he will disguise because he is going with you guys, and you can head towards Amphail. So, the modest village of Amphail greets you with the stench of horse manure and a vision of rolling green fields as far as the eye can see. For some of you, the sights and sounds of town, the squat farmhouses, ramshackle buildings showing signs of weather and wear, squeaking wooden carts piled high with fresh produce, the horse neighs and the shouting farmhands and the villagers chatting are familiar and are home. Whether you know Amphail or not, all of you find yourselves in a tiny ranching town, sleepy and quaint, though distinctly reeking of horse. So, I will move you all. There's a little map of the village.
Oh, wait, let me see if I can bring people over.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Battle map. It's not really a battle map, but okay.
Yeah.
Does that work? That kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
Which way are we entering from?
You're probably coming up the long road. You probably popped onto the long road and then walked into town. So we'll say from the south. Yeah.
Okay.
My God, you guys.
So
it's literally starting a campaign, but we're level 9.
Yeah, so you're in the village. For a little bit of context, because I think it matters for this. Dawn, your family is from this area, but their commune is not directly in town. It's a little bit of a walk. So you can go directly there if you want, but it's not in like the main village area.
I mean, as long as I can go through, I want to see like the town proper, because even when we were at the beginning of the campaign, we never got to properly like go through this place.
Yeah.
So he's definitely passing through and taking note of like all of the things that have changed, but I feel like his main goal is to head straight towards his family's commune.
Yeah, for sure. So let me get this one. Okay, so as you can see, there are a variety of numbers on this map. I've highlighted them with like yellow squares because I frankly find them extremely difficult to find on the way that this map is laid out, and the ordering makes no sense, guys. Just gonna put that out there from the beginning. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it that I am able to ascertain. But for those of you who are from here, you would know that there's like a couple different types of shops, but it's very modest. So for Dawn, who like you moved to Waterdeep, this is like there's one grocery store. You don't have a choice. So yeah, when you guys enter the town, you would pass by. Let's see. There's a couple rooming houses in town, just because there are a lot of workers that will come here to help, especially like during the seasons where there's lots of horses being born, or like especially in summer and fall too, when there's crops that need harvesting. But you guys would pass by Golancester's rooming house. That's 14. Number 6 there is Shrundalar's Secrets, which is like an esoteric boutique. There is Elbor's Finest Wine and Spirits, as well as the Staghorn Flagon, which is the only tavern in town. And you would also see in the Melanderways, which is the town square, there is a statue of the Great Shalarn, which is a very famous horse from Amphale.
Yeah, is it that famous, or is it like just old?
Go famous.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the great so allegedly, like the story behind it is that like this horse, the Great Shalarn, was just like a horse that had been on a lot of adventures and had like been involved with the Amphale the Just, who was one of the very, very early warlords of Waterdeep, who established like the village in this area. But then there's also like a ton of lore that has cropped up around the Great Shalarn, that like he's blessed by like various gods, that he's like a quasi deity.
Oh my god.
Like he gets dressed up for like if you've ever been to like, okay, so Pittsburgh has this dinosaur statue by the Carnegie Museum of, I think it's Natural History, and its name is Dippy, and they put like scarves on it in the wintertime, and I think they put like Steelers gear on it if like the football team wins and stuff. But they basically dress up the Great Shalarn depending on like what season it is, what holidays there are. So the Great Shalarn is kind of just like a big like centerpiece in the town, and like whenever visitors come here to like see Amphale, which is not a lot, you don't really come here unless you are like trying to get work as a farmhand. But when people do pass through on the long road, perhaps going north from Waterdeep, it is like a really big point in town. Like everyone will come out and just tell the craziest stories that they can about the Great Shalarn to try to like entice people to want to stay. Not super successful, but that doesn't mean that the people of Amphale give up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but so the village proper here has a variety of different businesses, but actually, as you enter town, Clover, and by extension also Also Dawn, but maybe not quite to the level of Clover. You're quite familiar with the village of Amphale. After all, you grew up here, and it's not like you ever had the money to leave. So the town's layout and businesses are well known to you. And it's for that reason that you perhaps find yourself confused or maybe surprised to see that in addition to the family grocery store, Bright Heart Flowers and Foods, which is number 10 on the map, there is now another business in town bearing the Bright Heart family name, Bright Heart Eggs and Fresh Fowl, which is number 8 on the map there. And so it's this one over here, and this one over here.
Oh shit, your business expanding?
It's okay. I mean, that's usually good.
Yeah. And though, obviously, like, it seems like the wares, or at least the theme of this business, has stayed the same. You used to know it as Marylbar Eggs and Fresh Fowl, named after the eccentric elderly human woman who occasionally hired you to help muck out like the hen houses, Agnes Marylbar.
Hope she's okay. I wonder what happened.
He's like half jogging his way through, but when he sees it, he like will come to a stop. And we'll look back at Clover with this look that is very much I really want to go see my family, but this is probably important.
I mean, we can stop by later.
No. He's like doing the thing that like horses do when they really want to go, where they're like stomping their hooves on the ground, like keeping up the jogging pace, and he'll say, "No, we're already here."
Okay.
So we should probably check it out. And I mean, it is your family after all. Just because I want to see my family doesn't mean we can't see yours.
It just makes me nervous. Who?
I don't know. Also, I mean, unless they were planning on expanding right when we left.
I don't know. They never told me anything about that type of stuff.
We might have been gone longer than we thought.
It's just one more building. How you couldn't have taken that long to build.
It's the same building. Was it Agnes or who worked there? Yeah, Agnes I used to work part-time there.
I also never really knew the village that well. I wasn't allowed to
Was Agnes really old? I'm scared to ask. Did this woman die while we were gone?
Actually, every old person is dead.
All the old
They're all across the entire Forgotten Realms. They're all gone.
Painter?
They got gomaged.
Oh
yeah,
no.
So Agnes was like pretty old, but like as you remember her, like she wasn't decrepit, and she was a bird lady, which like people think cat ladies are bad. I mean, not bad, but like intense. Bird ladies are intense. She was like a chicken lady. Like she didn't want anything to do with most people. Like she wanted to spend time talking to her chickens. She was very, very serious about like providing like a really good quality life for them. Like she had like a jungle gym obstacle course for them, like set up in the back. They had like a very large hen house. She kept the shop itself very small because most of the building is dedicated to the hens.
Okay, as we approach this building, has the building changed? Like, is her hen house still the same? Like, have they changed shit to this building? Have they fucked with her chickens?
So what everybody... Okay, so Clover and Dawn, you guys can give me perception checks. Everybody can give me an insight check, but Clover and Dawn can do the insight check with advantage. But we'll do the perceptions first, just to start.
Okay. Do I get advantage or just straight roll?
Perception is just a straight roll because only you and Dawn get the perception check.
Oh, I see. So that's 16 total, 12 plus 4.
Okay.
This makes a lot of sense for me. It's not gonna be high. I think it's like 9 for me.
Also
perception.
9.
No, it is 10.
hold on to the insight check, Jamie, please. Give me a second. So for Dawn, I think you have a lot on your mind right now. You want to go see your family. So you're not necessarily like paying attention to what's going on in town. But Clover, you're like looking at this building because you want to make sure that like Agnes's chickens haven't been like put to a disadvantage because they were deeply loved.
Yes.
And there's a couple things that you notice. Number one, the like hen house part of the building, like the whole building itself seems like it's been like refreshed and like repainted. But you definitely get the feeling from the outside that some parts of it are no longer hen house just because of like the noise. You're not hearing like the like chorus of clucks that you would hear from a big hen house, although there is still like an outdoor like pen area so that the chickens like they have a run so that they can go outside. Yeah. So the building itself is the same size, but the chicken part of it has been downsized, and the shop part of it seems to have been like made larger. You also notice there's a lot more chickens in there, like borderline cramped conditions.
Oh
no! What you would also notice as you're just kind of looking around town in general is that you would know that Anvil like doesn't have its own guard presence. It relies. It doesn't have a standing militia. At most, like the occasional guard patrol from Waterdeep might pass through every few days because they patrol the long road from the village of Rassalanter and then all the way down to Waterdeep. So they go up and down the long road here, and that's really the only guard presence that Anvil usually sees. But as you're looking around, you see that like probably at least a dozen armed and armored individuals like in town, like walking through. There's a couple people that are like sitting and watching you, perhaps like over by like the well. Like there's a couple individuals leaning against the well watching you guys come up. And they're definitely not Waterdeep guards.
Okay.
So then insight checks from everybody. We had a 9 for Aurum.
22 for Saoirse. She's trying really hard to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to use... I got a pretty decent insight, but I have no modifier, so I'm going to use my inspiration.
Go for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I totally forgot. Yeah, Kristy, you get... Everybody can have inspiration because everybody contributed to the kicking off of this stream. So everybody take a player inspiration.
Do you mind, instead of the reroll, can I add a d6 to it?
Sure.
Because I don't think I'm going to roll much higher than that. I'm going to roll...
Yeah.
Where is it? Cats have invaded my space!
Do you have a d8 on hand? You can use a d8 if you want.
Ooh, I can use a d8? Yeah, I'll use a d8 then.
8s are very sacred in this game, even if it's not Witchlight anymore. So
that is true. We love a d8. We love an 8. Oh, so
you already rolled with advantage, right?
Yes, I rolled with advantage, which is why I don't think I'm gonna like get much higher than what I got a natural 17 with a +0, +7 on my d8.
Okay, cool.
For insight.
And then Dawn, insight check. Abysmal.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Insight check. This is the one I get at advantage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you get it at advantage because you're from here.
Yeah, then not abysmal because I have a +2, 19.
Okay. So for you, for Saoirse, and for Clover, so Clover, you're the only one that like notices this presence of like armed and armored individuals, and you're like, that's weird. But all three of you do notice that there are these armed and armored individuals. It's just Clover. Clover has the context behind that. But as you're like looking at these people and you're kind of seeing that like you're in a farming village, or you know that you're in a farming village, these people do not have the look of farmers. A couple of them are like, you see shifty eyes on cruel faces. Some of them straight up are just like scarred mercenaries who look like they are looking for trouble so they can start a fight. Clover, you got a 24?
Yeah, 17 plus 7.
And then what did Saoirse get?
22.
Okay, since you guys both got over a 20, as these people are like, you're kind of passing them through town, and some of them are like slowing down to walk by you and are just like sizing you up as you go, you would notice one of them like like reaches back to pull his sword out to just kind of like do a show of intimidation, and you see a tattoo on his arm of a snake with wings.
No.
Oh my god!
We step 2 feet into the Forgotten Realms, and these bitches are already around.
Oh my god!
So.
Anyway, I mean, I don't know who that is.
I mean, I don't know.
Saoirse, you have no idea what that means.
No, Saoirse's like, oh, winged snakes, that's fun.
Yeah, but for Dawn and Clover, there's one more roll. You can make a history check if you would like to potentially get more information on what that means, because the players don't know what that is, but you guys might not know.
Okay, yeah.
Saoirse's noticing all of this stuff and is just like, this seems normal.
19!
Probably.
Dirty 20!
Yeah. Okay, so both of you would know as you see that, what that mark is. You would know that that is the mark of the Zentarum. So for Dawn, Dawn got a 17, you said?
Yeah.
So you just know the Zentarum as like a mercenary company. And that's really all the information that you get. Clover got a dirty 20. Oddly enough, the person who like is from or lived in Waterdeep just remembers that they're like a mercenary company. But Clover, you've like heard rumors. I feel like you've actually heard your aunt and uncle talking about them in the past, because they're known to be like a crime syndicate. They're known to do smuggling. I wouldn't say you don't necessarily know about any of the really, really dark stuff,
right?
But like smuggling, like forgery, they'll do like
shady,
a lot of like loans and like have loan sharks and stuff like that. Yeah. So you don't necessarily know about like dark magic or assassinations.
Right. No. But that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. She immediately, like, if anyone's paying attention to Clover, her ears flattened to her head, like just on instinct. She's not happy. Not a happy camper coming home. What the fuck, bro?
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Let me see something. Oh, this is the first time I get to use this feature. I believe this is great because he wants to talk, but he's noticing the air of everything around him, and he doesn't really like these faces. I feel like he kind of just closes his fist, and you guys will like get this feeling of like of like music in your head. I'm going to use my feature to cast Rary's telepathic bond.
Yeah. So there's a very brief moment that only the group of you can see, where these red threads that connect from your bodies out into the ether like vibrate for a second, and you get this feeling of like a song stuck in your head. And then you feel like a psychic presence speaking in your mind.
And he coughs, and in your head, you'll hear basically him say, hello? Hello? Is this working?
Oh my goodness. I hear you.
Oh. Okay. At least you can hear me. Everyone else?
I like the music. Saoirse's literally just dancing, which of course nobody externally can hear this music. She's gonna dance to it.
Thanks. Hold on. He'll cut the music out.
No!
I wanted to speak, but it seemed like if I started talking out loud, it would look strange. What the hell are mercenaries doing in Amphel?
And not just mercenaries, there's Aurum. They're like loan sharks and kind of like shady. They do like forgeries and smuggling and bullying. They're not usually nice. They're not even like proper.
I wouldn't know anything about it. As far as I know, my mother didn't deal with any of them, or if they did, I wouldn't be able to pick them out.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Should we kill them?
Oh yeah, we can fight them.
Aurum and Saoirse are on the same level. Oh, we have a problem? Let's
Which
just
one?
eliminate it.
No.
I think it would be good to point out to Saoirse at this point that dying in the material plane, people stay dead forever. Most of the time.
Right, but they're bad, so we want them dead, right?
Yes.
Well,
No, yeah, I was just
I don't know if
reminding you.
I don't
There's
know
a
if
lot
they
more
deserve
of them.
death.
And objectively,
I
there's
could
a lot
make
more of them than there is of us.
I can make more of us. I could summon like 8 pixies.
But they're like stationed, like they have like presence in Waterdeep, and if that gets back to here, like if the Waterdeep send their guard, and they have before, it's weird that they're not here. It can get kind of dicey.
Anyone currently talking to him with their mouth? Or are we all just standing here thinking?
No, I'm walking and thinking.
Dancing to music
Oh,
that is
well,
no longer
yeah,
playing
she's
in her head, and also
dancing.
thinking.
Because Ego asked that in the rarest telepathic bond.
Yeah,
Are
no,
we all-
I'm assuming this is all telepathic. I am not speaking out loud. If
Okay.
she's not being like, yo, these guys are shady, they're bullies out loud. I don't want to get beat up.
Aurum definitely is speaking in his head, but is scanning the crowd when,
Yeah.
when it's brought
Not
up that they're
suddenly,
bad.
like,
He's like,
who am I
huh?
killing?
What?
We still don't actually know how long we've been gone. We need
Yeah,
to get our bearings. And,
Yeah.
And Don needs to check on his family. I'd also like to see the state of my house.
I'd also like to know why my family bought out Agnes's shop and changed it. Like, what did they do?
So why don't we find someone that we trust and ask them what's been going on, and also maybe what year it is.
Do
I
you
don't
trust your family, Clover?
Her ears flatten again.
Then
Maybe my grandpa, but he doesn't really remember very well. Sometimes
Not the best person to ask.
Sometimes he thinks I'm my mom.
Oh.
Then maybe we can go to my house first, at least, and see what's happening there. They're bound to have at least a good bit of the town gossip.
Do you guys remember what year it was when you guys left?
Insert year here.
Insert
Clover would
year
know.
here.
Yeah, it's God. What year does Waterdeep Dragon Heist take place? Approximately 1498 DR.
I was gonna say
Right.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Ego's like, I would really like to go check in with
It's the 90s,
Don's.
guys. We're in the 90s.
Oh my god!
I'd really like to check
What?
in with Don's family. It's
Yeah.
been a while
1492.
since I've gotten to talk to Urania.
Why are you talking to Urania?
We made a
Oh.
we made a painting together.
Oh, smooth.
He squints. Fine. I don't have time to beat you up over that right now. Let's go.
Let's go to-
Yeah, he's gonna start speed walking.
Okay.
We made
Can Sorry, can I try to like see who's in the shop? Is anyone in the shop right now? Like as we're like going by, could I try and clock who's in there?
So the way that shop is laid out, there isn't really like a big window. You'd have to
Okay.
go in to
Okay.
see who's in there. Which
Okay,
you can do.
No, this is I she would have if the Zentarum were not in town. Now that the Zentarum are in town, she is feeling a little uncomfortable and she's like safety in numbers. She's gonna follow Dawn.
That's fair.
Yeah. Until
so you
the
guys-
Zentarum showed up, I was like, let's go see what's happening. Now I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, that's fair. So you guys can follow Dawn in the direction of the Revelry commune. Okay. I have a little bit of stuff to read off to you here,
Yeah,
so
go.
bear with me. The path from Amphale proper to the Revelry commune, winding and indirect though it may be, is certainly not lacking for natural beauty. The tall green grasses crowding the road beckon you onward with each gentle rush of wind, their soft susurrations bidding you welcome. Wispy tendrils of clouds scuttle slowly across the blue expanse above, scents of warm earth, animal fur, and manure mingle in your noses, cut through with the bright bursting smells of grass and leaf and tree. The smell of green. After curving the final bend around a tangled old copse of oak trees and gnarled shrubs where crickets lazily chirp and cicadas loudly screech, because it do be that brood whatever 17-year cicada year, the pastiche buildings and colorful vardos of the commune come into view. Dawn, for you this is home. This is familiar. And yet, even though your parents' squat home with its golden thatched roof and mismatched additions is unchanged, your eye can't help but fall to the new, unfamiliar things that stretch before you. Where once there was a wide open grassy courtyard for holding get-togethers, you now see messy garden rows hosting clusters of veggies and flowers and weeds. Long picnic tables that once dutifully held family-style banquet meals now bear hodgepodge planter boxes, spilling over with curling vines laden with gently blushing tomatoes, fragrant clusters of tender green herbs, and jewel-bright strawberries begging to be plucked. Where once stood a stage for satyr step dancing and musicians, you now see a modest livestock pen that appears to have been haphazardly built from the very same lumber used for that old stage, and within it graze a few plump goats and their kids. The Revelry commune is vastly different from how it lives in your memory, and yet it still spills forth with life and color. And sound. You hear several siblings, nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles and cousins before you actually see any of your family, as their voices are intertwined in a multi-layered harmony singing what you, Dawn, who transplanted to the port city of Waterdeep, might describe as a shanty. Approaching the courtyard, you see these family members embedded in the garden plots, planting, pruning, harvesting, weeding, sweating, singing. The feeling of finally returning home and seeing that the buildings and the people still stand settles around your shoulders like a warm blanket. And just in time, too, for your approach is quickly noticed by a scrawny satyr girl perched high up on the roof of your parents' abode, sketchbook in hand. Your littlest sister, Arania, crows your name loudly, and soon the work songs stop and are replaced with a chorus of shocked and excited cries. Dawn! Adonis is home! Is that really him? He's back! I call first dibs on hugs! In an instant, the group of you are crowded by several satyrs vying for a chance to greet, embrace, hold dearest Dawn.
Oh my god. Alright, he is very... Damn. That narration, though.
Thank
you. Oh my god, take an inspiration.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant.
So in terms of, like, who you see out here, there's a lot. So you see most of your sisters. You would see your oldest sister, Calliope, is there. She runs up to you. You see Cleo, and you also see Erato. And Erato is the one who you remember. She was pregnant back during the Witchlight Carnival. She now has an infant in like a baby Bjorn, like strapped to her back. And she has a couple smaller children who come running up with her. You would also see Melpo. I'm going to say these so wrong, and I'm always going to say these really bad. I apologize to all Greek people everywhere. Melpomene, another of your older sisters, the one that was like very alcoholic. She's there. She does not look happy, just like with the general situation of having to do work. Polyhymnia and all of her lovers were in the field, maybe doing work. They come over to you. You would also see Terpsichore. You do not see Thalia. You do not see Euterpe. Urania like leaps from like one building to another to the roof of a Vardo and then down and just like charges at you. You'd see like a couple of like your brothers and other cousins there. You do not see your mother and you do not see your father. But all of your sisters like come around and greet you. And I think probably Urania is like charges ahead of the entire group and just like crashes into you for a really big hug. She's definitely like a little bit taller, not significantly so, but a little bit. And then following her, Errata will come up and starts like undoing her like baby Bjorn to bring this infant that is on her back forward to you. And after Arania hugs you, was like, "Oh my gosh, Don, where have you been? Don, where did you go? It's been almost a year. We didn't think you were gonna come home."
It's been almost what is going on here? He kind of like will like hold her out to like look around.
We thought that you left us.
Sorry, I got caught up in some business, but I'm back.
Did you go on Eleftheria, which you would know to be the satyr version of Rumspringa, where they basically get to go and like live their lives and be like free?
Not exactly. Oh. Maybe in a sense, but I wouldn't call it that. I was in the Feywild.
And all like several of your sisters gasp, and I think it's let's see, Polyhymnia like comes up to you and is like, "It's been like so long since that party. You remember that like crazy banger? You met Dionysus."
He like makes a face, and he says yes, and I don't. You need to stop hanging out with him. He seems like a troublemaker.
Well,
either way, what the hell? Sorry, language. What's going on? Where is Mom and Pop?
Errata will come forward and like just holds a baby out to you. There's just like a little baby satyr, a little boy with like white, like almost not like quite out like with albinism, but like bleach blonde, like toe head hair and fur all over his body, and he just kind of like gurgles and like spits up a little bit as you hold him. He looks like he's like maybe in like the like 6-month age range. And Erato is just like looking at you, and you would know Erato to be like probably like the most like together, has her shit together of all of your sisters. She's the one who's like, she's married, she works, like she's a midwife. And she just looks at you and says, "Adonis, meet Adonis. We all thought you were dead, so I named my baby after you." "Baby Adonis, this is your deadbeat uncle."
Deadbeat?
"Where have you been?"
"I just said I was in the Feywild."
"Well, that's great. That's great."
Look,
Don.
you
That's
listen to me.
Great.
It was not my decision to go to the Feywild. I got shit stolen. Apologies. And I'll like turn to all the little ones.
Ego is uncomfortable and is moved away to start climbing up the side of a building to go hang out with Arania.
Oh no, Arania's down here. Arania,
she came down?
Yeah, she came down.
No, then I'm have to sit here and be awkward.
Yeah, I mean, she's fully, all of the siblings are like fully engrossed in Dawn's presence right now.
That's fine.
And I think Arania will grab your hand, Dawn, is like, "Oh my gosh, we should like definitely tell Dad. Oh my gosh. This is great. We can tear out all the veggies because you're back. We don't need to feed ourselves anymore."
Did you guys start farming? Because
you didn't send money.
Good job.
Well, yeah, so I don't really know, but there was like, you weren't around for a while, and at first it was like, okay, we were all hanging out and partying, but then there was these like big scary people that said that they bought the land and that we owed them rent, and so we didn't really have any money for that. So then Dad took out a loan, and you see like Erato like slaps a hand over Arania's mouth and is like,
"You're in debt. Your family's in debt."
What?
And it's like,
what did you say?
I think maybe this is a conversation that the adults need to have. Arania, Why don't you go back to painting? There's a lot that's... Listen, it's been... We haven't seen you in almost a year. And you might not have lived around here anymore, but you always used to visit, and we never had to worry about bills being paid. But it's been several months, and a lot has happened. I think you need to talk to Dad.
I think so too.
He's inside. He's getting dinner ready.
Yeah, he'll like hold out his hands and say, "All right, everyone who hasn't hugged me, high fives on the way in." And he'll just move past the crowd.
Yeah, you go to start high-fiving and like instantly like Calliope, like the first sister in line, like grabs your hand and pulls you in for a hug and like gives you a big kiss on the cheek, and then like Cleo comes in and gives you a hug, and like this line of high fives you thought you were gonna give is instantly sabotaged by just like a massive like family group hug.
God damn it.
And Dorado then like yells over like the crowd once you've gotten a hug and a kiss from everyone. Is like, "All right, everybody, take a 10-minute break, but we need to get back to it. These veggies aren't gonna harvest themselves. Arania, I'm sorry, I need you to milk the goat." And Arania's like, "But I want to see Don! I don't want to!" And she just like gets like, she kind of just like has like a little bit of like a princess moment.
Yeah.
A little bit of it. Like not like a full tantrum, because she's like 10, well, probably 11 now, but like she's still like
what happens when kids don't have rules. Yes.
Yeah. So she's like crying, but then resigns herself to go milk the goat. The rest of the family like takes a break. Some people like grab instruments, and like your family is wont to do, they do just start having like a little concert amongst themselves here. Like the various aunts and uncles and everybody, just like impromptu musical gathering. But Arado will walk with you and lead you back into the house. And you push through the familiar red door that's painted with flowers and little satyrs playing instruments. And you vaguely notice that like the paint that's on this door is like definitely looking more worn and more peeled than usual. But you step into the family gathering room where you spent countless nights in your childhood trying to like study as your family played music and danced for each other and gathered with relations and friends. You can head through to the kitchen, which is actually quite modest for like such a large home and family. And you would see your father is there. He's just pulling like a big like quiche out of the like wood burning stove there and sets it on top. Roll me an insight check.
Oh boy. 13.
Okay. I think so. Your father looks mostly the same. He's not drastically different. But as his head turns and he locks eyes on you and has this like very surprised, happy look come onto his face, the light hits his cheek just so that you notice like it's a little bit more like lean than usual. He has darker like circles under his eyes, whereas before he never had anything like that. And he's just looking a little bit thinner, not significantly so. But, you know, this is your father. This is, like, you are kind of, like, tuned into these sorts of things, at least as far as your parents are concerned. And he looks a little bit worse for wear. But he looks at you and, like, almost drops this quiche that's in his hands. And Errato, like, runs forward and, like, grabs it from him. It's like, "Ow! Hot! Ah!" And, like, puts it down. And then she's, like, grabbing her burnt hands. It's like, I'm gonna go wash this. You, and she points at Don, you have some explaining to do. And you, she points at her father, you really have some explaining to do. She will leave. And it is the group of you, plus Zeus, Don's father, who rushed... Go ahead.
Don will, like, sit in the silence of him, like, leaving for a little bit, and then immediately go, "You took out a loan with the Zentarum?"
Is that the way that you greet your father? Come on. Come here. And he comes forward and goes to, like, give you a big hug. And just, like, crushes you in it.
Yep. And your hugs are weaker than before. What's going on?
You haven't been home in over 9 months, Don.
9 months.
it's been nearly a year since the carnival, and we haven't seen you or heard from you, had any sign that you were around. It's like you just vanished. The only update that we heard, maybe a week after the carnival, was that you were at a party with your sister and some fae. And I mean, good for you. I'm really happy for that. It sounds like you finally decided to go on Eleftheria, which I mean, I told you when you were a teenager, you should have done it. You shouldn't have skipped it. But if that's what you needed to do, that's fine.
No, I didn't go on that. I didn't do that. I went to the Feywild to get something back, but I didn't exactly have the time to tell anyone that I was going.
Oh. Alright.
But still, I didn't expect the first time I go off to do anything, the result is you taking out alone.
Don, this might be news to you, but I have over 20 children, alright? And you might not have realized it, and frankly, I didn't realize it either until you were gone, but that's a lot of mouths to feed.
No, I know. I know that. I just expected... No, I didn't expect you to budget that correctly. Why am I even saying that? Tell me what happened in detail. Let's, I don't know, sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, does anyone want some spinach and egg quiche?
God, please.
That does sound lovely.
Unless somebody grabs Saoirse,
she's outside. Yeah, she's with the party.
Absolutely dancing with the children right now.
I don't think Clover would have stopped her watching how her light up with the music and the dancing. I don't think Clover would have stopped her.
Hey, up the party.
Yeah.
I also will say, as a point of note, like Aurum, for you, as you're about to go in, a couple of Dawn's sisters like grab you, and they're like, and I think it's probably specifically Polyhymnia, the follower of Dionysus, that you met before. She's like, oh, hey, handsome, why don't you hang out here with us for a bit? Like, she's trying to like get you to not go into the house.
Don't do it. Don't do
it. What would we be doing?
Oh God.
Oh, whatever you want.
Like,
you can do a lot of things.
Like, what's that mean, though?
Well, you know, I mean, don't tell my brother this, because she kind of like pulled you as the group was like heading forward. Just so you know, I am expecting, but that doesn't mean I'm out of commission yet.
Listen,
I feel like he has no idea what's going on, but he felt a pang in his heart.
I appreciate the offer. However, I am spoken for, so.
Oh, I'm spoken for too. I have 5 different partners right now, and I mean, there's a good chance that this baby could be any one of theirs, or it could be Dionysus' baby or somebody else. But just because you're spoken for doesn't mean that you're, you know.
I really
still.
Oh man! Oh, I think I heard Dawn actually yell for me just now. I gotta
tease.
I gotta go. I'm running. I'm running.
Yeah, so you can you run past Saoirse as this like gathering is coming together, and like Saoirse, I feel like this is like it's reminiscent. Yeah, it's like a little reminiscent of home, but it's like a little bit different.
Children. We don't have children. She's very excited. She saw the baby and was like, "Oh, baby!"
Oh yeah, there's
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, there's like a 3-year-old that probably like is just like staring at you, like the way that like a 3-year-old in like a restaurant booth would just turn around and just be like,
"Do you want to dance? Do you like dancing? Do you like flowers? All right." She makes up like a little flower crown and like puts it on the kid's
head. Oh my God! You blew the kid's mind.
I mean, she like she still is trailing like as she walks. Snowdrops like just form on the ground.
That is true.
So she's crazy.
And yeah, the 3-year-old, like, when you say, like, do you want to dance? Like, just starts doing, like, the little kid dance where they're like...
Yeah! Saoirse will copy her, because Saoirse, like, okay, this is how we dance in the mortal plane. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and, like, very quickly, all of the rest of Dawn's sisters who are here, like, instantly, like, I think it might be... Maybe it's, like, a little bit strange for Saoirse, I'm not sure, I'll let you decide that, but, like, one of the sisters who appears to perhaps be a little bit older than Dawn, it like instantly like very like gently grabs you and sits you down and just starts like braiding your hair. And then like one of the other sisters sits with you and is like holding your hand while she like sings as like some of the other like aunts and uncles and sisters and brothers are like start playing instruments. And like yeah, the one who's braiding your hair begins like reciting poetry to you in like haiku form. And, like, is asking you questions, except they're, like, couched in haiku. Like, is asking you your name in 575, like, format.
So I feel like this is normal, except that Saoirse was never part of it. Like, this feels like a spring celebration, but, like, people didn't want her around, so she never actually got to involve herself in any of this. So she is like having the time of her life, but also a little bit overwhelmed of like emotionally overwhelmed of like I finally get to be part of this. This is great, like kind of vibes. So she is answering in haiku as well,
for sure. Yeah, and then
singing.
One
like
of
singing
the
in haiku.
Yeah, one of the sisters who looks like maybe around like a little bit younger than Dawn, and she has like slightly wavy, like super long hair that almost has that like wet look to it, and it's just like reddish brown in color, and like very blunt bangs that like almost fully cover her eyes, just like sits down next to you and like pulls out like some sort of like rolled like plant matter in paper and like takes a big long drag of it and then like blows like a bunch of little like smoke circles in the shape of hearts. She's like, I've been working on that.
It's awesome. That's so cool.
You look like you need to relax.
I'm feeling very relaxed right now, actually.
You like Dream Fever hemp?
I don't know what that is.
Here.
No.
What do I do with it?
Just inhale. Just inhale.
She's just like, she's not putting it in her mouth. It's just like,
you just put your lips on it.
Okay.
And inhale.
Okay.
Hold it. And then like
It doesn't do anything.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Saoirse's also like making flower crowns for everybody this whole time. Okay, that's a 13 on the dice, so that's not bad, but my Constitution's not great. 14 total.
Okay, so you are able to like stave off some of the deeper hallucinogenic effects of this plant, but like everything in your vision gets like a little bit fuzzy and like a little bit glowy, almost like a camera lens slightly out of focus. And there's like a faint like movement to all of the textures that you see, but it's like very pleasant. It's like a very soothing, like almost like the movement of the ocean kind of a feeling. And it's you know, like you feel your body like relax, and it's just like very peaceful experience. It's not anything like too heavy for you there. And then that one will like the joint, someone else comes over and like takes it and like it gets passed around, and she's like, do you like pottery?
Yes.
God.
I made a watering can. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
That's actually really impressive to me.
And she goes
yeah.
over and like gets this watering can that like the main part of it is shaped like a naked female torso, like with breasts and like nipples, and then like the neck part of it is a wiener. Like it's fully a dick.
It's lovely.
Thank you. You can buy them if you want. I have a bunch. I have some flower pots too that I've been making.
Oh, we don't really do buying things, sort of, where I'm from. More of like a trading.
Oh, we like trade, yeah. Far out.
All right.
Far out.
But yeah, the
I need
sisters
to
are just
romance
like,
her.
the sisters are just like doting on you, and like there are a lot of very like extreme big personalities.
I think once Saoirse starts relaxing, she also starts just like telling everybody everything. Like her whole story. Not everything about all of you, but like her whole story of like,
if you mention
that spring court and it was like this, and then I got cursed and nobody would hang out with me, and like this is so great.
Like as you're telling that story, like they're all like listening, but then like it takes you forever to even get through it because they're constantly like interrupting you to ask like questions or just like make commentary on it. Yeah. So it takes you a while to tell the story, and I think Love
is the most ADD conversation ever because Saoirse is also easily distracted.
Love is there with you. He's like actively making out with probably the one who tried to proposition Aurum. Like she instantly turns and goes over to Love and is like in his lap. But yeah, I think when you start explaining that like you're looking for your true love, like a lot of the sisters let's see, it's this one who says that her name is Cleo, and she has like short kind of like curly hair. Oh my gosh, if you're looking for true love, like, you should totally talk to our mom. She's in Waterdeep right now, but she's a matchmaker.
Oh, all right. Yeah, of course.
She's really good at it.
Dawn and Ego have both mentioned going to Waterdeep at some point, and Molliver's there, so I want to see them again. So, yeah.
Yeah, Waterdeep is, it's a lot, especially, when you've been living out in the country and just, like, being in nature is so inspiring, but the city's really inspiring too. It really like makes you understand the nature of the humanoid condition, and you can feel like the loneliness. I
don't know anything about mortal conditions, so that's really great. I'd love to understand.
I would love to tell you. I'm a novelist. I write stories.
Oh, all right.
I haven't been picked up by a publisher yet, but that's because they don't understand the depth of my work.
So getting picked up specifically by whatever a publisher is, that's a good thing. I'm sorry that hasn't happened yet. Do they have to be, like, very strong? To pick
what?
Are you, like, really heavy? I feel like...
No, like, they have to...
very heavy.
They have to, like, decide to publish my book and, like, print it. Because, like, I have it written... Well, I don't have a printing press. Those are, like, really expensive.
All right.
Yeah, I have to write all my novels by hand.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to read one, you can.
Oh, all right.
And she'll, like, pass you, like, she has, like, a little notebook in hand, and she'll pass it to you, and, like, immediately, this is, like... a clinch cover romance novel type book. Like,
oh no.
It's like Broad Shoulder McPex like meets like Princess Wide Bosom. Like it's very corny. It's very tacky. But
well, she's certainly not going to read it now, but she'll probably look at it later and then be like, "Oh."
Yeah, but so then for those of you the gifts in the chat, for those of you that are back inside, Dawn's father Zeus will plate out a little bit of quiche for each of you and have you all sit down in the common room area where there's like a variety of just mismatched, very like worn, yet comfortable furniture, and bids that you all take a seat. And he sits in his chair, which is next to your mother's chair, which is empty right now. Oh my god, you guys are killing me in the freaking chat. And he just kind of like regards you and is like, I'm so glad that you're back, Dawn. Do you happen to know what the PIN number code was for our main account? We got locked out of it, probably about 3 days after you left, or, well, after the carnival. And we haven't actually been able to get into the account.
9265.
I will definitely remember that.
Once again, I carved it onto the underside of your bed.
I'm gonna be honest.
And there's a note on your bedside that tells you that it's carved there. And I also hung up another note on the front and back of your door.
Well, it makes sense that I didn't see that then, because your mother did a lot of packing and cleaning. A couple months ago, she's actually in Waterdeep.
Why?
Well, she took Thalia and Euterpe there, because, she does good work as a matchmaker, but, there's only so much of that business to be done around here. So she's there for a few months to try to make a little bit more money, and she brought Thalia and Euterpe so that they could try to make some extra money, singing and dancing at some of the fest halls. They're not really going to get to go on Eleftheria because they're working, but she has to be back in a couple months anyway.
He's like laying on the desk. Or like he's like laying like face down on the table, and he's just groaning like someone punched him in the stomach.
I mean, every couple of 10 days we take one of the Vardos and load up everybody and head over to the city. We've made a few gold from busking. The family's all really good at that. Once the garden is taken care of and it's set for a little while, we go and set up, in some of the market areas and play music. Sometimes we get invited to the fest halls and the different taverns, and we play and get tips. But your mother's she's our main source of income, but we're not going to be able to rely on her for that. Because I have a little bit of news. Your mother, you're going to have a new brother or sister in probably about 3 months. We thought your mother had aged out of that, but it turns out not quite. So she has to come home for the birth. She can't really do that by herself in Waterdeep. So
right. So she can't do that by herself in Waterdeep, which means that my mom, who is a matchmaker and the main source of income, won't be able to make the income that you need to pay off this loan that you made while I wasn't there. Well, how much is the loan?
I didn't really look when I signed the paper. They just said that they were gonna give us some money.
Do you know what the interest was?
It wasn't that interesting.
No!
Is your dad Saoirse?
Did they
Yes!
Did they own this land?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they just got a loan for land that was their land.
You guys can ask about that if you'd like.
Well, yeah, he was going to follow up, and he said, "Okay, do you have the papers?"
The papers for the loan?
Yes.
Oh no, the people that gave it to us took it. They said that they would take care. Well, because they're gonna take care of it.
No, that's not how that works. Did they give you a copy?
Oh my god, did they get scammed?
No, I didn't.
So,
did I need it? Should I have gotten a copy?
Well, yes, you need a copy of a contract.
I mean, they seemed really nice. They seemed really nice.
It doesn't matter how they seem.
Yeah, but they,
why are you paying a loan on a land that you own?
Oh, well, I mean, they said that we don't own it anymore.
Because
they said that they had the deed now. They said they purchased it.
Did they show you a deed?
Yeah, there was a really fancy looking document that said deed on top.
And you didn't, did you read it?
Well, I mean, it said it was for this land, and it said that they bought it. I mean, I don't have the deed, so...
Who's now the owner?
Yeah.
There was this there was this very kind elven gentleman. He was very well dressed. He loved my music. We played music for him. He was really nice. Oh gosh, what was his name?
Yeah, what was his name? What was his name?
Say it, Victoria. Say the fucking name.
I gotta pull it up. I gotta double check. Where is it?
Is it fucking Davil?
I think he said his last name was like Star Song. It was really beautiful last name. He had this very, very business-like dwarf woman with him, who said that she could give us a loan, because they actually owned the land now. So he brought her to give us a loan so that we could pay rent, because it was their land. They said they were going to kick us out. And I can't. But I mean, this is our home.
Alma?
Alma?
You do realize that they can't just buy your land from you from someone else.
Well, I don't. What do you mean?
Oh no!
They said that they had the deed.
Dad.
They said that only had They said we only had 48 hours to decide if we were going to stay or go.
Oh no!
Dad, anyone can make a paper that says deed on the top in big letters and say that they have a deed to anything.
But it was signed and it had a lot of words on it that looked really legal.
All right. Do you know, is there like a leader here or something that I can talk to?
A
Or
leader?
is the Star Song or whatever here?
Oh
Yeah,
no, he lives in Waterdeep, he said.
Well, we noticed that there's a bunch of new mercenaries from the Zentarum in town. When did that happen? Where did they come from?
The Zentarum. Oh, yeah, some of those people came when Mr. Starsong stopped by to tell us that we only had 48 hours to pay rent or take a loan or leave. But they came around, I think they started coming around a few months ago. There was some kind of flashy business deal that little halfling family made.
Oh.
They got that egg shop. It's really nice in there now. And they got that new cart. And I think right around that time they started hiring some of those really strong people to sell their eggs and their vegetables, because they said that they have really, really high quality produce, so it has to be protected. They charge, how much they charge for a dozen eggs? It's gold. They must have the best eggs in town. We've been saving up to try to buy some. Actually, I made some with this quiche. I used some in this quiche.
She stops eating. She stops eating it. Her ears are flat. Her tail is puffed. She is sunk low. Her face is at the table. She's growling. I think she's growling.
Ego sitting next to her is like, well, the quiche is already made, so I take her plate and I scrape it onto mine.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Mine's eaten already.
Yeah,
it's
fair.
gone.
Yeah, so and they have they have corn. They sell 1 ear of corn for 5 silver pieces, and it takes so long to grow corn. So we've been buying produce from them because where else are we going to get it? But we are trying to grow some on our own. We've been doing pretty good. It took a little while for us to figure out how to grow vegetables and everything. But then some of the other families, they weren't really happy that we got rid of the courtyard, but they gave us some seeds and we've been growing stuff. There's some really good. I was gonna make a strawberry shortcake tonight for everyone.
What happened to the old lady with the chickens?
Yeah, what happened to Agnes?
Oh, they said that she fell coming down the stairs from her loft in her shop and broke her neck. It's really sad.
She's gone?
Yeah. It was pretty sad. But it's so nice that those Bright Hearts, they bought the business the next day. They made sure that, her memory wasn't gonna be forgotten. I thought that was really nice of them.
She fell.
Yeah, she had some really rickety stairs from her loft in that little shop, and broke her neck.
And they bought it the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's amazing that they really cared about taking care of her chickens. And the chickens are a lot cozier now, so they can be all together like a family.
Clover's under the table.
Clover's like dead.
Clover it's not verbal.
I was about to say, in the rarest telepathic bond, like the closest.
God, we could have been talking.
Yeah, the closest natural sound to like TV static is like playing right now. It's like
it's between the TV static and the Kill Bill sirens.
Oh
no! In our heads, hey Don, I know this probably isn't the best time, but I don't want to forget your sister that was at the party with that god guy that you didn't like might be pregnant with the god's baby.
He stands up and he says, okay, thanks Pops for the information.
Yeah, we've been holding down the fort pretty well.
You've been holding down the fort.
Yeah, we were actually planning on at the end of this 10-day heading over to Waterdeep to visit your mother and the girls.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm also planning on going down to Waterdeep to do some things.
Oh, you should come with us. It's been a while since we've heard you play the yarding.
Yeah, I have to check up on things here and get rid of. He takes a breath and stops. I have to talk to some people and get fully caught up.
Oh, okay. Just if you're gonna play your yarding with us, just make sure you don't play any of the sad songs. It's not gonna make money.
The sad songs are the only ones that sound good. Everybody loves a song in minor key.
I mean, they sound good, but I mean, usually we like to, keep the party going. That's usually when we get invited to fest halls is if a promoter, likes the party energy.
I'll think about it. I gotta go talk to people.
Well, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad that you're back.
Me too. I'm also glad that I'm back.
And he gets up and goes to give you a big hug.
Yeah, his eyes are wobbling in his skull right now.
Hey, now that you're back, what do you if it's a girl, what should we name it? I mean, you've been gone so long. Maybe if you want to name the baby or babies when they come, we do have a tendency for twins and triplets. You should name them. Actually, what some of your faces I recognize from the carnival, but what is your name, dear? He asks Clover. Oh, are you all right? Do you have a headache? I know that the family's really big. It's a lot.
No, it's not. I'm Clover.
Maybe we'll name one of them Clover.
That's probably not a good. No, it's not a good idea. I would not recommend it.
Oh, why not? It's a lovely name. Clovers, we got them growing. We're constantly trying to pull them out of the garden beds, but around elsewhere.
Everyone hears in their head. I think my luck is still bad. I don't think it came back. I think it's still gone.
Haven't known what to say this entire time, which is why I keep eating I am so far outside of my element.
We need to go talk to your family. We need to go. He says we need to. He goes. We need to go. We need to go talk to your family.
No.
Or here's beat and then like looks up, like.
What about the two of you? What can you remind me? I don't know that I've seen you. And he points to Aurum, but I think I recognize you maybe from the carnival. What are your names? We'll if we have triplets, we'll name two of them after you.
Yeah, the two of you.
In my head,
Swallows.
Are we allowed to give our real names here? I'm confused.
Yes, we're back on the material plane.
You're
It's safe.
from here.
I've never been to a place like this before.
Oh, they're satyrs, yes, but like they're just they can be anywhere. Like the place anyway. Swallows. My name is Ego. I was going to bring up earlier that I had spoken with your wife over the holidays updating about Dawn, but I never really found a moment to interject between all the yelling.
I kind of remember her telling me something about that she thought everything was going to be okay, but that was only a few months after the carnival, and we didn't really hear from Dawn after that, so...
I tried to come back in my dreams, but it didn't really work out too well.
Yeah, it was actually right after the holidays that the new property owner came by to let us know, and we didn't want the kids to be upset. They just got all of their presents, so.
Oh my god.
Right. Well, the food is good.
Thank you.
I don't think that you need to keep buying, like, the quiche is great. But you're growing food, which is good. I don't think you need to spend a gold on eggs, right, Don?
No,
we
you
don't
should never spend a gold on eggs.
Well, we don't have chickens.
Oh, I have a good question. My name's Aurum, by the way.
Aurum.
I'll get you a chicken.
How do you pay your rent? Does somebody come by?
Well, most of the money that we make, they'll come by and collect it, maybe like once a 10-day. Dawn's mother will mail her the money that she makes every 10-day, and we'll usually take that, and whatever we've made or gathered, enter to them, and if that's not enough, we give them some vegetables too.
When's the next collection day?
We're immediately gonna fight a Zentarum collector
Oh my God.
and then be like, and we're going to the city to mess with it to get the fucking property
Oh my
back.
god, we're gonna get arrested in Waterdeep.
Again.
I think our next payment was going to be in 2 days from now, because then we were going to head back to Waterdeep probably in about right after that, 3 days from now, and it'll take about a day or two to get to Waterdeep. But
I'm sure Dawn would agree. Don't talk to them unless we're there.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, but we don't want to
to
get
them
kicked out of the house.
We won't let you get kicked out. Don't worry. It's probably a good idea to
Look,
let Dawn talk to them and get...
Yeah, I'm going to be there when they talk to you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you can ask to see how the interesting it's not that interesting, but if you want to look at
The deed, at least? We can look at the deed?
Yes, we'll
I don't
look
know
at
what-
everything.
I don't know if they have the deed. I mean, the nice man that set up the deal with us and how to sign the agreement isn't usually the one that collects the debt. There's a couple different people that come by.
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand that. I'm just saying that when they do, when someone does come by, I'm going to be there. And
Oh yeah, it'd be really nice for you to meet them. I'll make a cake or maybe a pie for everyone.
you do that. We have other people to catch up with in town, right? Clover.
Yes.
There's no more guessing, and he'll just simply stand up and start walking out the door. And he has his hand on his sword. He's so mad.
Aurum definitely is clocking this. I'm stretching my arms. I'm getting ready. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, Clover is not happy, not looking forward to this. I guess a DM question, because her cousin's not gonna know shit. Her cousin's like not that much older than her.
Mm-hmm.
Unless her parents are giving her everything. Who do I feel like aunt or uncle is the safer bet to approach here without? I don't know. I don't know who of the two is the better poison to take here.
So,
yeah,
I feel like the answer is neither, but for a little bit of context, so like, your Aunt Magdalene, is the one who, like, because she was older than your mother, she, like, got the family, like, farmhouse, and technically she inherited, like, the family grocery store from Grandpa Yoshi. And then your Uncle Norbin married into the Brightheart family because you guys, your family and a lot of the halflings in the area, they follow, like, matrilineal lines and, like, naming conventions. So he married into the Brightheart family, and he had inherited from his family, like, a small, like, horse, like, ranch, like, a training and breeding farm that specializes in Amphail fancies, which are a very expensive type of horse. And so he's usually the one that runs the business, and you would know that, like, he runs it with a very firm hand and very tight purse strings. But as far as his wife, your Aunt Magdalene, is concerned, total pushover. Your aunt,
right? That's what I figured.
Your aunt is, like, foul and very cruel, and, like, thinks that your existence, like, sullies the Brightheart family name, and, like, basically, like, blames you for a lot of the problems, and your mother as well. And, like, when your mother died, basically was like, well, you need to, like, come and maintain your family's home. Like, you need to come and garden and, like, mow the lawn and, like, paint the exterior and clean the windows and, like, do all of these chores. So, like, your aunt is just, like, a foul woman. Your uncle is also deeply unpleasant, but, like, when like, the women of his family are concerned, like, he's kind of whipped.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for, like, who you could potentially manipulate, I mean, maybe him, but you also would know that, like, your aunt has, like, a penchant for, like, the finer things in life. Like, this is, like, the Forgotten Realms version of, like, a Gucci, like, pink velour sweatsuit type shit. Like,
oh god,
she likes, designer clothes. She likes to have, like, her makeup and, like, all of her cosmetics, like, always done all the time. Like, was always very judgmental of your clothes being, like, plain and, like, handmade, and thought that was, like, disgusting because she wears, like, the finest, like, water-deep fashions.
Yeah.
So, like, as far as money and luxury goes, that's your aunt's thing, but, like, so you could get her with that. Your uncle, it's more of, like, his wife and his daughter, he's total pushovers for them, which is how they're able to live such a luxurious lifestyle, because the last you heard, like, the grocery store in town, like, did okay. It was the only grocery store in town, right. So, like, and they, like, all of the farmers would basically, like, they would just bulk purchase produce from around Amphail, because there's actually not a lot of farmland immediately around Amphail, because it's mostly, like, ranch space and, like, open pastures for the horses. So they would go to all these farmers and, like, purchase their produce in bulk and then bring it to the store and sell it in Amphail for, like, a slightly higher price because they need to make money. But, like, it was never, I mean, it's a village of less than 1,000 people.
Right.
Like, it was never making big money. Honestly, the Uncle Norbin's, like, small horse business was much more profitable.
Is he more intelligent, or is my aunt more intelligent? Who would probably have made this, like, who does she think made the moves for Agnes's business?
It's honestly kind of hard to say. You know, your aunt is a very cruel and ruthless woman. She had no problem treating you like dirt. But your uncle, as far as business is concerned, is is very aggressive. Like, he would never haggle, because he basically took over the running of the grocery store when he married your aunt, because she didn't want anything to do with it. And he kind of came in and almost like saved it in a way, because your aunt was like doing a shit job of it. So he came in and like saved the business because he does not haggle. He drives a very hard bargain with a lot of the farmers too. And like, you know, would be somebody who you think could make like a lot of business deals. Okay. So it's really hard to say between the two of them. Your uncle's the business-minded one, but your aunt is the bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt Uncle first, because I feel like my aunt could have easily done what just happened, but because he's the more business-educated person, I'm hoping to come at it from a more logical standpoint versus a very like emotional, passive-aggressive, just overtly aggressive.
He also at least just like doesn't care about you at all. Like,
yeah, he's
whereas
very
your
indifferent.
aunt hates me. Your aunt doesn't like you. He just wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I will attempt to find him. I mean, I might find her first.
Okay, where would you like to go to do that?
Where would he usually be? Would he usually be
at home or at the grocery store?
I'll try the grocery store.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys can head out from the Revelry commune. Saoirse, like your hair is like full of braids. The satyrs have been showing you like satyr step dancing, which is basically like Irish step dancing, but much more jumpy. And like they've just been having a grand old time, like telling you all of the latest drama. At one point, like one of the older sisters is like, well, you know, Arania, who's like the 11-year-old, has a crush on someone. And Arania's like, don't tell! I don't have a crush on anybody. I don't like anyone, okay? I like painting. And
yeah. Then they have to explain what a crush is. Because she's like, you're going to crush someone. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna crush is like when you like somebody, but I don't like anybody. I mean, like, you know, like I have like friends that I hang out with, but like the boys definitely have cooties.
And I don't know what it is, but I'll agree they probably
means
do.
They're gross. And they pull on your hair and they throw dirt at you.
Oh, well then you should probably do the same to them.
Well, I mean, my friend Zane doesn't do that. Zane and I like to go play in the forest a lot, but Zane probably still has cooties. I don't like him. And like one of the sisters who's like around Dawn's age is like, you like him, it's okay. But like then eventually the group will come out of the house, definitely looking a little bit shell-shocked, and will collect you.
Yeah. No, yeah, Saoirse's just been telling them. I think she's just been telling them about herself because she doesn't want to like spill everybody else's like stuff. But she's been telling them about like her like story and ranting about the Frost Prince and about how her soul is like split into different pieces, and that's gonna make it even more complicated trying to find her true love, but also easier in a way. So
yeah, and when you mention how like on multiple occasions how annoying the Frost Prince is, at one point Urania is like, well, if I like Zane, then she likes her Frost Prince.
No, he's not my anything. He's awful. He killed me.
And then like some of the sisters like kind of like side eye each other and they're like, you know, I think who do we have that would be talking to you about this? God, there's so many of these bitches. Let's see. Polyhymnia unlocks lips with Cupid and turns to you and is like, you know, for somebody who says that they don't like him, you sure talk about him a lot, honey.
Because he killed me.
You know, sometimes the best love stories start with a little bit of drama, and all the sisters are like, "Ooh, drama!" And the one who'd been telling you that she was a novelist, Cleo, is like, "That's actually really true. In some of my novels, the love interests, they start as enemies, but then they become lovers. You should read that one that I gave you. That's an enemies to lovers story.
All right, I'll read it. I also will just go on record. I prefer not to like someone that I hate. So I think I'm going to pass on that.
They're all like, okay.
There's also a lot of other reasons it's a bad idea. It's just very bad.
Yeah, and Urania's like, yeah, boys are gross. It's a bad idea because boys are disgusting. They're dirty.
Yeah.
The group will collect you, and the sisters all like bid goodbye, and they're like wanting to know when Dawn is gonna be back. They're like desperate to know. Urania does come up to you, Ego, as like the dozens of goodbyes to Dawn are being doled out, and will like whisper up at you. Do you remember? I remember you, my eldritch visitor.
Yes, I came back.
Will you be visiting me on the roof later?
I would love to visit you on the roof later.
There's a bird's nest up there with some blue eggs in it. I've been painting them. Do you want to see?
Absolutely.
And she'll like flip to a page in her like little book, and there's like a watercolor of some like robin's eggs in a little nest.
That's really good.
Yeah, part of me wanted to smash them to see what was inside, but I thought that was a bad idea and kind of mean, so I didn't.
You want to see some of mine?
Yeah.
All right. And I'll let's see. I'll flip to, one of my spell drawings. Maybe let's see. Maybe like my drawing for polymorph of like, it's basically an Animorphs cover.
Yeah, and 11-year-old Urania like eats that shit up, and she's like, oh, wow, I need to practice a lot more. I keep having to milk the goat, and like, the goat and the kids are really cute, but like, I would rather just be painting. Sometimes I even have to like pull weeds, and it's so boring.
Anytime that you are not painting, consider what you are doing to be inspiration for the next. You're in an absorbing stage so that when you next evoke, it is powerful.
Maybe my next painting I could like paint the goat. Like maybe I could like paint the udders. They're kind of gross and weird. Yeah. Yeah, like make it like
milk
really
dripping.
Like fleshy.
Yeah.
So that's so gross.
You could paint the fields of wheat.
I've already done that.
But paint them like a storm is here. A dark storm.
My sisters don't usually let me paint on the roof when there's a storm because they said that I could be struck by lightning. But I've never known anybody that's been struck by lightning so far.
Rania, from your mind, create the storm.
I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to practice that.
I'm excited to see.
There's this part of the forest that's like really dark and crazy right now, and there's like all these weird like vines and thorns, and I like to run in there. Sometimes Zane and I will go, but he's gross, and we'll go run into the forest, and maybe I can go there and like get a little bit of inspiration. If it's dark and stormy.
Firstly, because part of me thinks running off into the dark and spooky forest is really cool, but I suppose because of recent events, I must warn you, you could be whisked away to the Feywild and be gone for a really long time like Dawn was.
Well, I mean, like, I'm 11 now, so that means I get to go on Eltheria in, like, 5 years if I want. So, I mean, there's no rule that says that I can't go, like, now when I'm younger. So that's not so bad.
But the family needs you.
That's true. Mom's been selling some of my paintings.
When I get back with some money, because I'm actually completely broke right now, I will also buy one or more of your paintings. Can you tell me a little bit more about the really freaky part of the forest?
Oh yeah, there's like this. Hold on, I have to give Dawn a big hug. And she like runs over to Dawn and like jumps up on him and gives him a really big hug. And is like, make sure you come back and visit later. And then like more aunts and uncles are just like grabbing you. There's like some random baby crawls up to you, and you're like, where? Who are you? Like, where did you come from?
How am I related to you? I'm probably your uncle.
But yeah, so then Irania will come back. It takes like probably like 2 hours to walk there, but also sometimes I like to stop to like look at cool bugs. And I found, look at this, and she like reaches into her pocket and pulls out like a cicada shell. I found this on a tree. I've been painting its wings.
I haven't seen those in a really long time. I guess they're out again.
I don't really know what it's called, but I think it should be called a diabolical murder screech.
You know what? I love your dark heart.
Yeah. I really feel like after like you came and visited me on like the roof, like I just feel like I got like a really good understanding of like cool dark magic. And look at this! And she like pulls back her hair and has a tiny little sprig of like white hair coming out. That happened after we talked.
Yeah.
I think it means I'm chosen.
It's a mark of our pact, absolutely. Have you seen a house in the spooky part of the woods?
She's gonna make a history check. A house. A house. A house.
It would look like it's like a simple wooden shack with a very small front porch, only one door. There's probably a bunch of cobwebs on the windows.
Yeah, there is a house, but like the one time that we went near it, we heard this like crying coming from inside. And when we looked inside, there was this like weird thing like hunched in there, and the shadows were moving on their own, and Zane almost peed himself, so we had to run away. Because Mom and Dad said we're not allowed to break into people's homes. Because I did that once, and I got in trouble. I'm really good at climbing and jumping, so it's like really easy for me to jump up.
So you get into people's houses.
Well, yeah, because like
through the chimney.
I mean, like, well, they don't lock their second story windows, and they don't lock their chimneys. I don't know how you lock a chimney, but they don't do it. And then, like, when you fall through the chimney, like, you're covered in soot, so you're like one with the shadows. But
you're a really cool kid.
I know. Like, that's why, like, a bunch of people want to be friends with me in town. But I haven't been able to go to town a lot recently because we've had to milk all these goats.
It's okay. You will find your time. The crying, if I can keep you on topic just a little bit.
Yeah.
Was it like a child? Was it a woman? A man?
It sounded like a grown-up, but I don't know if it was a boy or a girl.
All right.
It was like weird. Like it had this like weird, like, I don't know. Like I've heard grown-ups cry before, but it was just like, I don't know. Something about it sounded like weird.
If you do go into the forest again, Arania, stay away from that house.
Yeah, I probably will, because the shadows, sometimes if you look at them for too long, it's like they're telling you to come closer. And I don't know, that just seemed kind of weird.
I'll go handle it.
Okay. Are you sure? I mean, maybe I could just like go in really quick.
You must harbor your inner darkness for longer before you face someone else's.
Whatever. Roll an insight check.
Okay. Ego, I need you to roll well. Decent. 16.
Okay. You get the sense that she has been to this house multiple times. She's kind of holding back the frequency of her visits and is definitely lying when she says she's not going to go there again. She, like, fully intends to go there again.
Can you hold off your next visit until I get a look at it?
Well, when are you going to look at it? Grown-ups
Very
always say that
soon.
they're going to do things, and then, like, I don't know, a lot of the times they don't actually do the things they said they were going to do.
Within the 10-day.
That's so long.
Within 2 days.
Alright. Can you do it, like, before then? Because, I mean, I'm supposed to be going into Waterdeep with everybody, and we have to take this stupid Vardo out there, and then I'm not going to be able to hang out with Zane and make fun of him. And I just, like, wanted to maybe go. Because, like, I don't know. Sometimes when the people who need the money come, like, they're really, like, mean. And they don't really like my paintings. And I don't really like that they have all those swords. Because, like, we don't really have swords in our house. Like, why are they bringing swords into our house? And, like, so I usually just go off into the forest when that happens. Because, like, it just, I don't know, kind of freaks me out. But...
You've kept our secret before. Can you keep another?
maybe.
I think
Okay.
that my friends and I are going to beat the hell out of those people with the swords.
Can I watch?
Maybe.
I've never seen somebody get beat up before.
Are you good at not being seen?
Yeah.
Then if I don't see you and you happen to see it, I'll never know.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go into that house and I'm gonna find the shadows and I might beat them up too.
Wait, really? Because they're like, they move.
So do mine.
They whisper.
So does mine.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm not cool at all.
You're very
You're
cool.
so cool. Really?
That's why I chose you.
Thanks. And she's just kind of like kicking her like little hoof in the dirt, like
I do a little pinky promise and I say, when you're older, remind me to tell you about covens.
Oh my god, don't witch my sister.
covens. Okay. How much
I'm
older?
already when did you say you were gonna go on your thingy? Like
in
5 years?
5 years, yeah. It's
Then.
a really long time. It's so long! No!
If you knew how long I had to wait, you'd explode. It's okay.
Whatever.
I'm not saying that we're not gonna do cool stuff before then.
I don't even care about covens. It's not even that cool if you're not telling me now. Ugh.
I have to go with my friends now.
Bye.
I missed you.
Yeah, whatever.
Hold on, let me see if I got something for this kid. Let's see. I'm gonna give you something.
Okay.
It was given to me by a friend. You can only use it once, so be very careful. Don't use it for something funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Jingle Jangle's Chime of Opening to her. There's only one charge remaining.
It's a metal stick.
One time, if you ring it and point it at anything that is locked, a door, a window, a chest, it will open for you. But only once.
Okay. She like shoves it in her pocket.
There you go. A gift from your patron.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that is, but thanks.
It's
Here,
a
and
person
she like
who gives you
rips out.
things.
She rips out one of her paintings from her like little sketchbook, one of her like little watercolors, and gives it to you. And it's like a very, very detailed like little painting of like a sheaf of wheat, like the little end of it. It's pretty good.
Thanks for the raid. Sorry to interrupt, but thanks for the raid.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you, Arania. I'll keep this with me.
Bye.
For now. I'll put her painting in my book and I'll close it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry, man. If I become super powerful, I'm probably gonna turn your sister into a warlock for me.
Stop doing that! Leave my family alone.
She has the dark spirit within her.
Oh my god. Yeah,
All right.
so you guys can head into town and make your way towards Bright Heart. Where is it? Bright Heart Flowers and Fresh Foods, the grocer, which is number 10 here. And oh, we are very nearly at time. So we are probably gonna cut it here as you guys are approaching the grocery store. Because it is almost 11. So, gosh. Yeah. Is there anything that anyone wants to say or do in the final, like, minutes as you guys are, like, heading back to town?
People are gonna get so beat up.
People are gonna get super murdered.
Oh my god.
We did not get to relax in the material plane for long before we were like,
The stress.
we're gonna show you what we learned in the Feywild.
The stress just
Saoirse has
amped
no
up.
idea what's going on and is having the time of her life.
Yeah.
Just vibing while everybody else is like so stressed. I'm stressed. Saoirse is not.
Yeah. Well, you know, the material plane just listen, Don was the one making like all of the tax payments and everything to everyone, and he's been gone for almost a year.
It's great. We come back to the material plane, and before we even step foot in Waterdeep, we're like, let's make an enemy of the Zentarum again.
Oh my god, again.
I will beat up those bitches any
day.
campaign, any day of the week.
Any day.
Battle Star Song's gonna get beat the fuck up.
Any class, any campaign, any level, I will beat them up. I hate those guys.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Okay, welcome those of you who have tuned in. Ixion the Unlucky, thank you very much for the raid. Super appreciative of that. Thank you to St. Andrew. Hello, Bo.
I just showed up at the last minute. No.
Yeah. But hey, thank you guys for tuning in for the first episode of Beyond Wishes and Wilds, which is our homebrew adventure post Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
What kind of announcements? Do we have Phandelver and Below tomorrow?
Yes.
Maybe? Yes?
I thought you guys
Oh wait, no. Yes, tomorrow's the 4th. Sorry, I got confused because it was Canada Day 2 days ago. So no, we are not on for Phandelver and Below tomorrow, but we will be back next week.
Okay, cool.
We are
so
off for
Phandelver
4th of
tomorrow.
July. Yeah.
Yeah, it would probably be like very disruptive and loud with fireworks going off.
Yeah.
But Phandelver and Below next week, and Beyond Wishes and Wilds also next week. So don't forget to join our Discord, subscribe on our YouTube. Thank you to Suncraft, which is like the Discord bot that we use for our background music and everything. Am I missing anything? I feel like our yeah.
I think that's it.
I think that's
pretty
it.
trimmed down.
Well, hey, the next time you return to the material plane after being gone for almost a year, and your family has saddled themselves with crippling debt because they have no idea how money or economics or financing or like just managing funds works. And now you have to go probably beat up some Zentarum who have tricked them into like a money like loan scheme. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we will see you back here next week.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
We're level 9 this time. We're going after him.
Yeah.